Hey guys, welcome back for more Cultist Simulator. I'm recording this back to back on the last episode, so I've still got kind of a good idea of what we're up to. If you need a little bit of a reminder, we've just recruited a ton more cultists, started generating some more funding with our painting skill now that our health skill is maxed out. The sticking point right now is expeditions. I've tried the Strathcoin residence twice and kind of butted up against it with no luck, so we're gonna have to change what we're doing. First though, we're gonna spend some time, we've had that explore verb tied up for ages. Now that we're generating money with our painting, let's go buy some books so that we might put study to use as well. Oh wait, I dreamed vitality with the wood. I don't think that's what I meant to do. We do have an affliction coming up, but we're already kind of planning ahead for that because I have vitality coming in. Let's head back out to the wood proper, please. Oh, I've got this occult scrap too. I found something noteworthy. The Locksmith's Dream, Portions and Proportions. The second volume of Teresa Gallagher's examination of the parallels in the mystic dreams of artisans. The frontispiece has been slashed with a razor. And I think we're gonna go back to back on Moorlands. In this volume, Galmia records fewer dreams and explicates more of her own elaborate theories. We see this again and again and again. What is below can't escape what is above. Escape. I don't know, should I feel like those are easy enough to come across that it's not worth me worrying about them. All right, so we have a vitality that's kind of not needed now because we already got a second one on the board anyway. We can go back to our pre-planned routine of painting for some cash. I don't remember what we painted last. I was trying to cycle what our topics were just to see if there was a difference to them, but I don't remember what I painted last. So all right, our recruitment just yielded another hanger-on. But that's not entirely awful. Like, I'm sure they have their uses. It would help if I actually triggered the conversation correctly, though. Maybe we'll try a different expedition here in a minute. I'm really bummed. I don't understand. It keeps on telling me that I've got people that I could either fight or trick. And even though I sent, like, my rowdiest cultists, it was like, okay, so a trick it is. Maybe we'll try something different. The Viennese Conundra. Nico van Driel describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, the new legions that fund the burial of the poor. She proposes peculiar connections between these activities. Passion, what are you doing up there? I want so badly to be able to put anchors on the board. Let's go ahead and study or explore with this occult scrap then. I guess my books can go down here. This is just like a hot mess ever since we started painting. There's just so much crap over here. All right, so our pawn is a... Oh, they're both edge pawns. Maybe that's all pawns can come with. I don't know. See if we can't recruit something better than a hanger-on here, team. A day's work. I have not shirked on my painting, which is always good to see. We'll go get maybe one more book from Moorlands before we maybe take a crack at another expedition. An awareness of appetite. All right, so this is a Grail. Yeah, that's a Grail influence. We're gonna have to figure out what to do with those eventually. Oh, right. I gotta dream on my affliction so we don't lose the health. Ooh, a locksmith's secret. Sooner or later, every locksmith has the dream. Now we recite its 7 phases. Nearly every summoning rite that requires knock influence. This lore will provide it. Neville, you're knock, right? Yeah. And an erudition, we should maybe plan on getting that studied up too. My recent work is considered significant. I may yet earn a living from this, but nothing is certain. Man, so that's just, there's so much shit on the board because of that though. Let's chill for a minute and let our passion cool down. I guess we'll go work physical labor in the meantime. I want to do one with all passion again. And then we can study the Viennese conundra. Meeting the individual K attends, when the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the individual M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. I propose that these sacrifices are not necessary, but that our Legion friends may consider them fitting. Herewith, diagrams of the mutilations. No thanks. Take a pass on that one. All right, detective is taking a look. We do have a lot of cards on the board that the detective might be interested in, so that's not ideal. I think he pulls all my mystiques first and then my notorieties. The Forsaken Reach. Along the gray banks of the rotting river, the warehouses wait. Perhaps I have identified one where an unusual cargo was stored. You've found all the expeditions in the capital, although you can find and visit the Reach several times. Okay, so definitely I have to get something started on these. Let me read the descriptions again. Is there a way for me to prematurely see what they want from me there? I wonder. Let's go get another book from Orleans. I'm stumped. This is like one of the great dangers of Cultist Simulator is when you kind of start scraping up against the edge of what you actually know about how the game functions. You kind of get into this tug of war where you're like, you want so desperately to continue, but you just don't know how to make the next step. We're gonna have 2 passions available. My other one got sucked into a recruitment drive for another hanger on, unfortunately. I wonder if we're done with followers too. I don't know why there would be 2 for some and not for others. I think I've had 2 or 3 sometimes of them. The Orchid Transfigurations Volume 2, a 16th century alchemical fever dream attributed to Robert Flood, frequently banned for the disturbing allure of its illustrations. This is in the original Latin. Okay, so we can't read that because we don't know Latin. Congregation of Saint Felix of Shurin. So if I supply you with money and a follower. Yeah, okay, so once I've kind of set up an expedition, we get a better description. Membership of the congregation is strictly controlled. It may even be inherited. The safest approach is to burgle the minister's residence while he's conducting a service, but the sworn mothers of the congregation guard the palace in shifts, and they are not easily distracted. Okay, so we want to be sneaky and robbery. Principle of secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun. That doesn't sound like it's it. I wish they would let me click away without it collapsing the whole thing again. What are you, Tristan? Forge. Moth is the wild and prayerless principle of chaos and yearning. Winter is the principle of silence, of endings, and of those things that are not quite dead. So if I send both of you guys, we go up to 4 winter. I mean, that sounds kind of sneaky, right? Let's try it. Oh, that's right. And Claire has a knock. Is that what that's called? Yeah, she has a knock because of her scar. Can't leave work just sitting, so we'll go back to doing a painting. Let's pick a Mystique. Let's choose the one that's got the most time so the other ones can start calming down. I just want to kind of get these guys off the board. And let's paint our good friend Eldridge. Why don't you have a seat right there, Eldridge? We'll sketch you up real quick. Medusa's riddle, then, I choose to render as what is not seen. There is another riddle, one I have heard rendered as what may be lost. I will delineate some historic attempts to answer it. These are in themselves, in some sense, sacrifices. The Ecdysius riddle is what may be lost. Each Ecdysiast's parable is an attempt to answer the riddle. Yo, so this is a Moth 6. Right? 2, 4, 6. Snap. All right, that's big. Cool, 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 cool. Not much left to study right now because I didn't have a big stockpile of books. I need more books. I suppose we could just be studying reason. My poor reason is just sitting here. Don't want to spend more on paints right now, thanks. All right, so we'll get an update on this once it ticks over. Okay. Monks. Contemplatives blessed or condemned to service here. They're bound by their curious vows. We can murder them or deceive them, but they will not be seduced. So what if I send you, we'll have 4 knock and 4 winter. Permits no seal and no isolation. It thrusts us gleefully out of safety. Opens doors and unseams barriers. So I don't know. We'll find a secret way and burgle it. I'm so at a loss on that side. What are you at? Oh, you want to see if I want to pay more money and I don't. Saliba, an acquaintance. Saliba, is it Saliba or Saliba? Saliba is a man of prodigious appetites. He is long past the point where their satisfaction has given him any pleasure, but he has learnt so very much. Yo, you're kind of a creep, my dude. Can I do this with other? No, yeah, okay, it has to be what like our cult principle is. That totally makes sense. Poor detective is still churning his noodle, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. My cash supply is steadily dwindling. That painting barely yielded any money. I guess it is another Mystique heavy painting for us. I think Mystique's safer than the notoriety side. We just did a portrait, so let's do a mood piece. I think, ooh, wait, what was that turned into funds? I didn't even see it. An order of guardians bound by oath and custom, they are too steadfast for the Grail's seductions. Oh, we must defeat them with edge or bedazzle them with moth. Sweet, it said we could Murder them or deceive them, but they will not be seduced. So murder must be edge, deceive is moth, and that means grail is seduction. But none of it is winter. So hold up. We have some moth we can send. A desperate deception. We have relics. Ancient relics. All right, so don't know how I feel about this one. Hopefully we can follow it up without any injuries and maybe send Porter along for some more moth. Why did this one tell me what I needed to do and the other ones didn't? I don't understand. Whenever the principle of the lantern sheds its light, I may recall additional scraps of knowledge. Celiba understands blood. He does not yet understand birth. That's another grail. Do we get any bonuses when we talk with higher level lores, I wonder? And then you got me another erudition, so we can slap 2 of you in here. Because I only need 2 to level up. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna grind reason up, I guess, while we're waiting for more stuff to study. Because I can't do anything about the Latin right now. Not gonna bother with paying extra to make this painting any better. They're stronger and wiser than we had supposed, and now their blows have found a mark. Damn it. All right, so hopefully it's not Isabet, so that we might double down on moth. Because I don't have enough that have edge and shit. Maybe we just need more followers. There's a couple of funds. And I think right back to the wheelhouse. We have no notoriety on the board, which I'm gonna be honest, you'd love to see it. I just did a mood piece. We know they can't be seduced, so I might as well, if I'm gonna tie someone up with a portrait, it might as well be a grail. Oh, and you're a free edition? Jackpot. Keep pulling all that mystique in. That's fine, dog. The detective is like, man, this is an extremely rare individual. So it said that I had found everything in the capital, so I don't know that occult scraps do me any good anymore. Maybe I'm gonna take it so that we have a lore from what the heck is this one called? Secret Histories? Yeah, okay, so now we have a Secret Histories lore. Oh no, it was a Claire. Shoot, this is her second wound. The expedition continues. Okay, so we're gonna send Porter, because that takes me to 4 moth. So a Claire, oh, it's a different colored wound though. I don't know what that means. But we can help her in a second once talk is free. Claire, I'm so sorry. Fix these passions. That's gonna drive me insane forever. And as a matter of fact, while one of them is free, let's head back to the wood. I'm still not fully sure what the hell I'm doing in the Mansis either. All right, so we're just pulling more pawns, unfortunately. That's kind of a bummer. We want to study a reason here, and that should give us enough to get another erudition lesson learned, and then that'll let us upgrade our scholarship. Lots of contentment. Oh, wait. Overexposure. All audiences are fickle. For what? What did I? Why don't you love me? I don't want to use you. I want to use the ones that are fully timed. And then you know what? Oh, we can't do Mystique. Can I paint overexposure? No, that would have been kind of fun actually. You can paint this glimmering though. Oh, it's the overexposure that turned into funds. Interesting. Okay, so is that just telling me that I suck? All right, so we're trying a deception. we have 4 moth to try the deception. Do I send Eldridge to up the edge count, or does that not matter if we're trying the deception? Do we have anyone else with moth? We don't. I mean, I might as well send Eldridge. Just because why not? And then I guess if that 4 moth isn't enough, we let it time out. I don't know that I can reach a higher number of any of those aspects. We're not going to spend money. Damn it, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. That sucks. Buzzing in the brain. Ooh, a furtive truth. A detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you may be overheard. Exploring with this scrap may discover a secret location in the Shires. So this is like a better version of an occult scrap. It's oh yeah, because it's a level 4. Okay, so it's just like the other ones where there's multiple levels. Oh, this wasn't a hanger-on. This was Leo, an acquaintance. Leo is the earnest sort with an interest in the occult. He hangs on your hints about the invisible arts. Okay, so we want to recruit him, but first let's get Isabet healed up. Or not Isabet, Eau Claire. And then we want to study our 2 eruditions. Okay. So now we're just pulling over exposure. So maybe the problem is that I'm painting back to back to back to back. So I guess we'll have to mix painting up with doing manual labor, which is fine. If nothing else, maybe it'll cut down on how much freaking like junk stuff I have down at the bottom. Because I don't know what the hell you would do with this. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't be used to build a case against you, but they will encourage them to look harder. Logistical difficulties. No one was injured though. Okay, hear me out. Eau Claire is on her way to being ready to go again. I might have time for her to be healed and then put her right back into the field. What did it say about wounds? 3 scars of the same type, not 3 scars. Okay, so she's not in dramatic danger yet. She's not in a good place. She's had a rough couple of days, but she's doing okay. Yeah, so they're gonna try and do the trick again. There's our funds from working. Let's do another one. Just again to give our painting a chance to chill. Can I work with scholarship? All right, remind me to check that. Self. Note to self. All right, Claire's coming up. What did her other scar give her? What's blue? Oh shoot, no, it is the same type of scar. Oh no. All right, so Eau Claire is going nowhere. Because if that's the same scar again, she's gonna die. So she's gonna be like, she's gonna be reserve. She's more knock than winter now, though. Well, shoot, I don't know how to help them then. Can I put moth? Just no. All right, I'm just gonna let it run, and hopefully it works this time. Maybe it's like a % chance and I've just been really unlucky. This doesn't sound like it's gonna work though. Like Our excuse sounds pretty shit. All right, so now we can study with our scholarship. Knowledge is a city wall built stone by stone, but what waits in the darkness beyond the walls? Why would we need a fortress except that we had something to fear? Faith is a double-edged weapon. These monks have great talent in the matter of believing, and so they have believed our lies. Oh, snap, so it did work. So did I just have like outrageously bad luck? Or was it just a really low % chance and I just got lucky this time? Maybe it's the reverse of bad luck. It was insane good luck this time. I suppose that could be as well. Let's paint now that we've done some not painting for a bit. Cool. Okay, so I can, just because the text is the same doesn't mean that it's the same outcome. There is a certain amount of randomness to it. Leo is an earnest sort, but he's prepared to do what he must. He's heart aspect. The heart is the principle that continues and preserves. All right, so let's move you guys down. And now we have a heart aspect. I mean, I'd love to have lore to go with all these, although I don't really know what the lore is used for other than recruiting. Peculiar rumor, I will take. We'll study that coming up here. So who can I talk? I can talk to people, right? Significant conversations in a smoky meeting room. Add your cult to send them out on cult business. Oh, right, because we did this. So what do you do? My believer might be able to lure a victim back to us. I don't know that I want you to lure a victim back, my friend. You can just talk to him about passion. Saliba, my love. Can talk to him about the club. Invite them to an evening. Examines me toe to head. He curls his fingers into the palms of his hands into fists and then smooths them out. Good, he agrees. Oh, these are like dates? What? Create a snare to delay or defeat a rival. Edge, Forge, Moth, or Winner are all useful for creating snares. I don't know what the hell any of this is. All right, so I'm just gonna let that time out. I don't want him to bring someone back to me. That sounded kind of ominous. Treasure lies before us. Nice. Okay, so it sounds like we solved it. Let's go and take a trip to the wood. And then this will time out. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I can still explore that peculiar rumor. Bleak thoughts. I don't have any dread on the table. I have not shirked on this painting. That's always good as well. All right, cool. So now, notable scholar. I have learned enough to know what little I know. So can I work with you? That's what I want to know. I am a pillar of wisdom. This currently only allows you to increase. Okay, so apparently not. Kind of a bummer. Secret devotions. The minister's bedchamber is grand in proportion, but sparsely furnished. Beneath the window, a feathered ornamental axe rests beside an enameled chalice drum on a little altar of yew wood. What you hiding in your altar, buddy? Yeah, so it doesn't look like we pulled any overexposure there, so maybe we just gotta let that breathe a little bit. Unfortunately, that was not the end of the expedition, so we are gonna lose this peculiar rumor, which that is kind of a bummer. So let's go ahead and do another one, and then we'll let it breathe a minute. Claire, we're gonna paint you so that you aren't out on business. And then I guess study you. I don't know if I would be able to generate enough erudition fast enough to be able to upgrade scholarship again. But I mean, we can try it. I guess there's no harm in trying it. You get where you belong, Passion. All right, so Saliba, I'm sorry, I didn't actually have anything I wanted to talk to you about. Rite of the Crucible Soul. What do we do with you? Ooh, look at this. Beneath the altar in a box secured with complicated triple knot, we find a trove of books and more besides. A knife rank with old blood, a twist of cloth, a leathery remnant of something the minister must have surrendered at his ordination. Okay. Yo. Oh my god. All right, well, the study verb's gonna get a workout. Ooh, unattended church. The minister disappeared one night quite abruptly with his inner circle and the church's chiefest treasures. He is widely assumed to have gone to a better place, possibly a sunny place beside a shining sea. We could recruit his leaderless flock and make this our base of operations. Oh, snap. So we can move out of the temporary headquarters. We can move our base of operations here if we so choose. Oh, cool. This will permanently relocate your headquarters. No return is possible. It can reduce notoriety. I mean, the temporary headquarters has long been... Oh, and it eats my notoriety. Okay, so we don't want to do that willy-nilly. I wonder if we can change again later. Because if that's going to eat up notoriety, I'm about it. I just put something into effect for exploration, so instead we'll take the furtive truth, I suppose. And then I need that to go away so that we can keep studying. That's awesome. Rituals, just chilling. Let's talk with Moth again. See if that doesn't turn something up. All right, so we did pull a dread into there, but we have the contentment to counter it. No fascination for that, so that's fine. My painting is worthless. Hopefully this is that 3 funds kind of worthless. 2 funds kind of worthless. I'll take it. My passion is a mess as always. So I can't work with you. I could dream with you? No. Oh, I don't want to dream. Hang on. Getting my verbs crossed up. What, can I work with anything else? That's just a win. Each rite can be used for many purposes. For a summoning, I must begin by calling upon the power of knock, which will open the way. So this is an invocation of victim, an instrument, and a desire. So knock opens the way. I add lantern or heart or winter. I can't do it. Okay, rights. We work with rights. But I mean, I don't have any of the resources it wants, apparently. We have so much studying to do. De Bellis Mororum, an 18th century epic poem by the synonymous Solipsistos. We're about to find out what Solipsistos has to say. Alright, so there's our reason and erudition. Unfortunately, my plan to just like study cram reason is out the window. Because we're gonna study all these books. I wonder if we unlock anything new by changing our headquarters. So the books give us something to do in the near term for study. I think explore, we're going to go back to the well on another expedition. Abandoned headquarters, forget it. JN. No address is really ever permanent. Like our bodies, we leave them all in the end, but for now, this is home. Even on Sunday morning, there are quirks in the order of service, but most outsiders don't notice. Outsiders are not invited to the ceremonies we hold at chillier hours. Aspect Sanctuary. Oh, okay, so this gained an aspect. So that's what we get for it. Okay. Let's grab another book. Just because I know I'm gonna tie up exploration with a expedition coming up here, so good gravy. We got stuff popping up everywhere. Go ahead and work with health again. This is another free erudition. Yeah, okay. So I've already got one pair to turn into an erudition lesson learned. I almost wonder if we should hold off on the books for a second and make sure that that's done. What did you turn into? Fleeting Reminiscence. Have I tried yet? Oh no, it was Lantern said we didn't have enough. Mind. Okay, what did I get? A collection of poetry. The poet makes himself a seer by an immense, long, deliberate derangement of all the senses, the opposite of wisdom, thankfully. Study to gain a glimmering lesson learns. Okay, so we just bank that? Is that like, does it not count down? Huh. Not exactly what I wanted. Oh wait, that's the auction house. I don't want to do that yet. Take a vitality for free, why not? Ooh, the 2-1 joined and the horned distinguished. Consequently, blood. This is the bone-deep story of the 1,000 men learned in antiquity, of blood and its exits. To speak it aloud is to hear the sword hiss. So this is a level 4 edge. Okay. Cool. Let's jam out some study time here. You won't quite make it for 2 of these. Okay. I'm sure there's some people that play this and are able to like juggle and multitask so much better than I am. But man, I will be damned if it isn't about everything I've got just to like keep the wheels turning. There's so much that happens in this game. When we're done here, I guess we'll go on one more expedition. On the Whites. I'll read those right before we actually read them rather than reading them when we collect them, because right now we've got so many of them that I'm gonna forget what the hell it was that it said. So St. Agnes Hospital. All right, so if we start it part way, only echoes walk the hospital halls now, but malice lingers in the air. We must search meticulously, room by room. But it doesn't tell me. That's a bummer. All right, we have to search. The knock is the principle of open doors and unseen barriers. Lantern is the principle of the secret place, sometimes called the House of the Sun, and the light above it. I mean, all those sound kind of searchy. Where's my other moth aspects being used here? Okay. What about this one? The remaining factory walls could topple at any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. We must equip ourselves properly and move with dreadful care. Transforms and destroys. Opens doors and unseams barriers. So let me do this. Well, no, I don't want to send... Oh, man, do I send a Claire? This gives us 6 knock. But expose it. I was just like, Claire, you're going to sit on the sidelines. And then I immediately was like, sorry, Claire, you got to go. We'll see how this goes. Hanger on. Okay, so nothing real special coming out of that. That's fine. We might as well recruit him though. Let's dream. Not gonna spend any extra cake. Funding, man, as soon as you start funding these expeditions, all the money reserves you've had. I mean, I guess I did just spend a ton at the bookstore too. I can't blame it entirely on the expedition. Passionate intensity. Okay, so that's going well. Our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds. Yeah, you guys have funding. Oh, what's the... Pits and quags and sudden tumbles. The earth here cannot be trusted. We will need strong hands or clear sight, forge, or lantern. Well, shit, I didn't send either. All right, well, let's... Here, Slee. We're part of the lantern gang. Why don't you go save everyone's bacon? Otherwise, a player could die. Yeah, it looks like these guys are always edge. That's a bummer. I wish he had been forge or lantern. All right, so this erudition needs to get used or else it's gonna get eaten. So that'll give me 1 lesson learned. Let's chat with our lantern. I'm not giving our cult enough respect. No overexposure. Another one. All my passion's exhausted. This one's gonna be pure mystique, apparently. Oh, I could use... Hang on. Right, yeah. I'll paint about my erudition and put that one on freeze while I'm waiting for these two to bake. This poor detective is still churning through all my freaking mystiques. Homeboy ain't never gonna see his wife again. The watchman shows mercy neither to our obstacles nor to us. If we're lucky, we may make it through. So do I send Forge also? I mean, if nothing else, if we fail and there's an injury, maybe this makes it so that our Claire isn't the one to eat it. I'm good with that. I don't have anyone else that could contribute to that, right? Cult scrap. Let's go to the well. Ooh, peculiar rumor. I'm not gonna have time to explore that at all. We could try and paint about it. Maybe that'll save it. Yeah, so that I need, it's gotta be high level lantern, I guess. That doesn't do anything when I dream with the higher level version of moth. I gotta get this reason train sorted here so that we can get back to our painting is worthless, always a bummer. I want to get through all these books. All right, still not an overexposure though. This is almost done and should give me an erudition, so let's do this. Oh wait. No, that was to make, wait, so can I paint with you? That would be interesting. Hang on. Because that would be kind of a big deal. Let's let those passions keep cooking first. I want those passions up to paint with. I found someone who may be a kindred spirit. All right, so one of the passions is going to get sucked into that. So we can paint with the other. Throw Mystique in here. And then, so I can't paint with the Peculiar Rumor. I can paint with the Lesson Learned, though. Cool. All right, so if we can kill the timer on that, it should be fairly easy to make this line up. I didn't read what this did. Promising root reveals itself as a sucking snare. We'll have to go around and try again. So it doesn't sound like it was an injury. It just sounds like it was a dead end. Which is... Oh, I spoke too soon. When it's a player. Are you kidding me? Oh, don't be a purple one. Wait, oh, it's just... It hasn't revealed what it is yet. Yeah, okay, so they're trying again. They still have funds to try again for right now. The waters of the wood run cold and deep, but never clear. Oh, I never put the passion into that, damn it. Let's see what it hits me with as a result. Tonight I will dream of a museum. The Watchman shows mirth to you. Okay, so we're still looking, but I don't have anything I contribute to make that go better. Dream gave me a glimmering. Let's go ahead and actually... I don't know how much more I'm really gaining from going to the wood over and over. Half of the resources I'm bringing back I'm not doing anything with. And so now we can study these two eruditions. And I guess we'll paint the same thing. This can't be good for my overexposure to literally do the same painting again, but like I gotta do what I can. Victor, an acquaintance. Victor is a sly fellow and he knows an unusual opportunity when he sees it. All right, I want to heal Auclair, but I want to see if Victor is perhaps of either the Forge or Lantern discipline, because that may help us in a moment. It's not going to help me this first time around, though, so unfortunately we might risk another injury here. These are so hard. I don't understand if there's just something I'm not doing right. Yeah, so we failed it again. Not spending extra on the painting. Well, no, you know what? We will, because I'm doing the same painting over, so maybe that'll at least spice it up a little bit. He's an edge follower. Victor is a sly fellow, but loyal. So maybe it's time to pay another trip to the Strathcoin residence, now that we've got some extra edge muscle. Although, who's got my, is it Porter? Yeah, so that put us at 6 edge. Rote effort, that's fine. That wasn't really the point of the painting. Oh, we can heal Auclair now. Oh, Auclair, please be okay. Competent work, you love to see it. So who ate it? Neville. All right, so Neville didn't really have any big issues with him though, so at least that's not terrible. I'm gonna let this one time out because I just don't have what we need for it. A buzzing in the brain. Yeah, see, like, the stuff I'm pulling from my trips to the Mansis right now just is not really that big a deal. There's our next erudition lesson learnt. And then now, how much time do you guys have on your timers? Plenty, right? Because I'm gonna need, yeah, I only need like 3 minutes. So I'm gonna let this one time out. Man, it's such a bummer because it's just like funds down the toilet. Sorry, my wife's texted me. Give me 1 second. I don't really need to safeguard those lessons learned just yet, so we can cool down the painting. And then I think we're gonna give the Strathcoin residents one more crack here now that we have like a bevy of edge disciplines. And then I'll probably call it. But hopefully it ends in a victory for us here. So let's do that. So we're gonna send Eldridge and Victor along with funding. So they're already at 4 edge. And then at our first chance to reinforce, we're gonna send Porter, because he's also carrying edge. Did she live? The wound is healed, but this one came very close to death. Silence has touched them like the snow. Oh, snap. So that was a winter scar, which is what her base discipline was. So that actually makes her a very solid winter agent. But unfortunately, she's still kind of in a precarious spot with the double danger on her knock scars. All right, we need to keep recruiting. I need more people with more aspects. And we gotta get this stupid, I should not have launched into this campaign to upgrade my reason when we had so many books waiting to be read. This is just resources sitting here. Do another health exploration. We're gonna immediately study our reason. So 2 more minutes and that's safe. Okay. So we know we're gonna come up against Watchers. So we're sending Porter, and this puts us at 6 edge. What else can we dream with? See, like it says I can dream with my scholarship and stuff, but like we can't. I don't understand that. All right. The Watchers aren't ready for us. We should be able to bring them down. Okay, so this, our strength is considerable. Having the higher number edge makes this much easier, it would look like. I don't have anyone else that can contribute edge, do I? Oh, Neville's wounded. Totally forgot about that, Neville. I'm sorry. All right, we're just gonna let this roll then and hope the edge boys are enough. Let's do another painting. Let's do 2 of these. I want 1 passion on standby in case this turns into a follower. So we're gonna throw a mystique in. We'll add this one so the other one can time out. And we did mood pieces twice, so let's paint Leo. Yeah, okay, good. I'm glad I left that passion chilling. And then, so 55, so 10 seconds, another 60 seconds. This will still be active when we go to level up our scholarship again. Which hopefully that means that we can then start making money with it. No extra money on the paints. That's not gonna work for me. Ah, their blood pumps bright, then dark. They should not have opposed us. We move on. The Watchers are bested. We're starting to put the pieces together. The Strathcoin residence is no match for us. That's beautiful. Passionate intensity. All right, so that seems to be pretty reliable, that if we put enough passion in, that tends to get pumping up. Treasure lies before us. All right, cool. So that one seems to be donezo. We did get an overexposure here. My recent work has attracted a couple of callers. With luck, something will sell. So that basically just paid me in glimmerings. We got one overexposure out of the deal. Interesting. Even with it cooling down. Just the one funds. I guess I don't really know how that works. A Pope Clifton, an acquaintance, a bellowing and unorthodox Catholic with a mystic streak and an untrimmed beard. Very cool. All right, we're gonna heal Neville first. Funds are not looking great. And then we're gonna get Reason. This is gonna complete. We'll recruit Pope. Rolling. This passion just winds up everywhere across the board. All right, so there's our last needed erudition. Lesson learned. I grow wiser yet. Get that leveled up. Strathcoin's cozy sanctum. A fire smolders in the grate. Glass cases display hard-won trinkets. We must seize what we can quickly. Strathcoin may have already telephoned the police. How much dread do you have? You have 2 and you're about to become a 3rd. I don't have a ton of money to do opium sleep. Something's got to give, gang. Just keep cranking out nights worked. Picking things up and putting things down, apparently. It'll be interesting to see what Neville's scar turns into. Ideally, like what we just had happen with Eau Claire, like I'd like it if his scar was on knock. Ooh boy, what we got? Okay, more books. Oh man, I got cards hanging off the edge of the table now. Yeah, something's gonna have to be done here. I might just have to do this off camera before I record next. Oh my god, look at this. Yeah, okay. We got a lot of books to read. we're not gonna have any time to screw around with stat upgrades for a bit. And then why don't we just have you go explore for a minute. Keep that busy, but keep me out of trouble getting into anything else that's gonna prolong the episode here. I just get so wrapped up. Like as things kind of start to unfold, you just can't wait to see what the next thing is. A hireling. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense. Like if I knew I had an expedition that was going to require someone's help, right? Like I knew I needed forge aspect, or hell, this guy's forge and edge. You hire this guy and then take him with you in place of one of your dudes, especially like right now I just don't have enough people that have big resources. So he also got winter. So at least that means we're pretty good on the winter front. I got a lot of winter that I could throw at an expedition now. 4-8 winter. That's not bad. Let's go ahead and recruit Pope here. And see what he holds. Another vitality that I don't really have a need for currently. Shoot. Gonna have to eat one of those funds to get some opium. And then I guess just have you keep cranking out money for me for a minute here. We'll just convert it basically straight into opium. All right, so this has now turned into big time scholarship, right? My mind is a paradise of mirrors in which all things are clear, even those things I might prefer not to see. My skull creaks at the corners with the knowledge I've accrued. I am a pillar of wisdom. Currently only allows you to increase reason further. I don't understand. That sucks. But we got books. Kuhner and Girth. Kuhner and Girth's Ausführliche Grammatik der Griechischen Sprache. Greek grammar. I just said it like it was German, so I don't know how well that worked. An essential weapon for ferocious struggling and challenge for a ferocious struggle with a challenging language. Of course, I have a little Greek already, but I'll need more than a little. All right, learn some Greek. I wish it had been Latin because we got that Latin book we want to read. All right, so let's read about Pope, and then we've gone long, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Pope Clifton, a believer. Now Clifton improvises new prayers, rich with solar metaphors. He still shouts like a soldier and drinks like a sailor. Awesome. All right, so that gives us another lantern disciple, which I can absolutely get behind. Very, very cool. All right, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Got a little sticky there for a little bit. Poor Claire is not doing too swell. She's got some boo-boos. But I think I've got a better handle on what we're doing in expeditions. We've got an absolute treasure trove of books that need to get read. So we'll be digging into those next time. And then further upgrade to some of our skills. So that's pretty good as well. On my kind of short-term to-do list. Oh, and we switched headquarters. Short-term to-do list is going to be definitely kind of button up against these other expeditions, and we got to build up the nest egg again. I really can't afford to do expeditions when we're low like this because they just take too much money to tie them up. So we're gonna hopefully make some money with painting. I'd love to figure out how to turn that into a career as well, but that'll all have to be next time. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out and watching some more Cultist Simulator. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you click subscribe and hit the notification bell down below. Not only does it help me grow my channel, but it gives you an opportunity to get notified whenever I put something new up. Aside from Cultist Simulator, I do archive everything that I stream over on Twitch. I have a obnoxiously large backlog of games that I'm playing through, so I play all kinds of stuff. You can catch me live over there, and then occasionally I put stuff up like Cult Sim that is exclusive here on YouTube. So if you want to take a look, hit those links below. They'll show you my other socials, Twitch being the main one, and then you can also find me on Twitter at ChrisVsBacklog. If you've taken a look at the backlog link down there and you see a game you'd like to see me play, go tweet it at me. Let me know. I'm always looking for someone to help me get some inspiration and knock something off the list. And if I'm honest, it's easier than me trying to scroll through 1,000 games and figure out what I want to play next. So I would love to hear from you. And I will hopefully see you back here soon for some more Cultist Simulator. Until then, be good to each other, but be ruthless with your backlogs. Thanks, guys.